Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Madison County Board of Education. When you come in the door, there are copies of our agenda. If you wish to speak to the board about anything on the agenda, I ask that you fill out the back of that and give it to Ms. Wilson, and that way we'll have an order of who needs to speak, and we can call on you in a nice fashion. First is our special presentations.
Okay, to start with, Madison Southern Air Force Junior ROTC is going to present the colors, and then Cadet Colonel Kinnamont is going to sing the national anthem. So let's all please stand for the national anthem. Presentation call.
Left, 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 right, left, right, left, 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 hold up, walk. Left, face, freeze it, off.
And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets awakened, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
One up, off. Right, face. Forward, hard. Left, 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 left,
Ladies and gentlemen of the board, if I may, I'd like to present Madison Southern Air Force Junior ROTC Cadets of the Quarter. These young men and women are receiving this award based on their outstanding academic, community service, and participation within our program. So these are my top 3 award winners from August through right now.
Awesome.
Cadet Master Sergeant Saren I. Karras. Absolutely. Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Aiden M. Hartis. Cadet Major Bryson Stevens. If you will indulge me, sir, I have one more small award to give. For you, sir. As Dr. Kim was making his way up here, so I don't eat up too much of y'all's time, he has been a phenomenal supporter of this program since well before I got here. I could not be more appreciative of the time, the effort, and everything he's done for our program. And so, on behalf of all of my cadets, I present you with a unit coin, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Next, we'll have Ms. Cobb read our vision.
Sure. Madison County Schools, in partnership with the community, strives to equip educators and students with the skills to lead by example, develop and speak with a unique voice, and explore their academic curiosity to make a positive impact on our community and world.
Thank you. Next on our agenda, we have our showcase. Dr. Gilliam will introduce everyone.
All right, thank you. Our first student showcase tonight is from Glenn Marshall Elementary. Tonight's performers from Glenn Marshall are fourth grade students in Ms. Sandusky's class. They will feature a song from their Christmas program, which they will perform for their school tomorrow. Mrs. Sandusky's class has worked hard to learn this holiday classic on Kentucky State instrument, the dulcimer. Please welcome Glenn Marshall Elementary fourth graders as they perform Jingle Bells.
I feel bad, some of those parents can't see. Here they go.
Yes. Feel free to move up if your child's up here and you need to take a picture. Come on up. It's fine.
Dashing to the snow, and one more open sleigh. All out there we go, nothing our way. Bells are darker green, making spirits bright. The fun is to ride and sing and sing about tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing our sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Good job, you guys. You did good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great job. All right, our next showcase is from Shannon Johnson Elementary. Tonight, we'll be hearing from fourth and fifth grade students at Shannon Johnson. These students will be presenting the school's principal task force. This task force represents a group of student leaders in our fourth and fifth grade. They meet monthly to discuss hot topics from around the school. These students were picked to represent their grade level because of their outstanding leadership abilities. They have already helped with their school's first fall festival, the Hawk Days, and the expectations across the school. They have plans to create meaningful relationships and help Shannon Johnson Elementary improve in many different ways. Please welcome the Shannon Johnson Principal Task Force.
Good evening, everyone. Today we'll be presenting the Shannon Johnson Elementary Principal Task Force.
Go ahead and click again.
Hi, I'm Michaela Shepherd, and I'm a 5th grade at Shannon Johnson Elementary. Today we are going to be talking to you about the Principal Task Force at our school. This is a great opportunity for the students here at SJE to have a voice in the decision making of our school. At SJE, we call this bringing your A game, which is attendance, attitude, and academics. We hope you enjoy learning about the Principal Task Force at our school. Bye!
Hi, I'm Reagan. The mission of our principal task force is to develop responsible leaders within our school and reach out to the community. Task force members are working on building our leadership skills in order to positively impact our school culture. We are planning projects to help our school and meet students' needs. We are valuing, respecting, and recognizing good character in all students. We are encouraging school spirit. The Principal Task Force mission is leading by example in classrooms and in the community by being respectful, safe, and responsible. Who are the members of this Principal Task Force? Our 5th graders members are me, Abigail Kelly, Jackson Levette, Michaela Shepherd, Reagan Walters, Lila Bailey, Mally Jane Strong, Caleb Crick, and Braden Harold. Our 4th grade members are Molly Bowman and Ethan Breeden. Hello, I'm Ethan. How are the members chosen? Teachers nominate students that display great attitudes, academics, and attendance. They look for students that bring their A game. As the Principal Task Force members, we try to bring our A game every day. Hi, I'm Mally Jane. What are our goals? The task force will help plan field day, continue to come up with ideas to provide opportunities for leadership, and help with our multi-tiered system of support school-wide. Hello again. My name is Reagan Walters. What are our goals? We will also help with incentive for students, provide ideas for teachers, students, parents engagement, help with ideas and to promote kindness school-wide, safety, make videos for cafeteria behavior, car riders, and playgrounds. Hi, my name is Molly. What projects has the Principal's Task Force been a part of? We helped plan Hawk Day. We decided to create a rest area in the gym so that kids can hang out if they didn't purchase the dance party bracelet. For our fall festival, we met and discussed things that went well and some that needed to be changed, such as making sure we have more challenging activities for the older kids. We also decided that bag tag winners should do the announcements every morning. Hi, I'm Lila Bailey. How does our task force benefit SJE? We come up with new ideas for school activities, we help make changes that students want, and we represent the needs and opinions of all of our Hawks. Thank you for coming.
Great job, Shannon Johnson. Thank you, guys. Next is employee recognition. That was from here. You ready?
Room clear.
Let's see. All right, give them time to move. All right. Each year, the Mike's Kids Education Foundation graciously awards literacy grants to teachers for creative classroom activities that promote student-centered learning and enhance education. Each grant is worth up to $500. This year, 21 grant recipients received this award, and they are, some of them are here tonight to receive a certificate. Do we have those?
Yeah.
All right.
So this year we had, I think, the largest number of applicants that we'd ever had before in Mike's Kids. I believe the grand total was 56. So it was very difficult to choose amongst those. Our board had very difficult jobs from our board members here, Ms. Cole and Mr. Thomas as well, and then Ms. Lisa Collins, she's the president. So they did all the grading and came up with pick the best ones out from the rubric, and so we're here tonight to honor those excellent teachers. So we call your name, come up, we got a certificate for you if you don't care to stay. Oh, Jenna Smith here is our director of marketing as well. She's been doing a fantastic job. What? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm the executive director. So we call your name, come on up here, if we can hold you, and then we'll get a group photo of all of us. Oh, Mike.
All right. Madeline Nasrallah. That's you. All right, there you go. Jessica O'Brien. All right. Olivia Wilson. Libby Hess. It's Maria. Maria Holsinger. Pam Helm. Angie Hadrick. Jordan Keith. We got yours, there you go. Shelby Brooks. Robin New. Patty Courtney. Don Morris. Christy Johnson. Kelly Haynes. Aaron Muse. Melissa Hager. All right. Contessa Harris.
She has the flu.
JT Elliott. Kelsey Ingram. Annalise Strack. Christy Turner. Catherine Holden. Tanya Felty. And Emily Alexander.
If y'all will scoot in, let us get your picture. Becky? Yes. We may have to make 2 rows.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Sorry, y'all remember your thing.
So congratulations to all of those winners and the teachers and schools represented. I did want to note, Mike's Kids Foundation has awarded over $140,000 in grants to Madison County school teachers over the years and over the past 15 years. So we really appreciate the partnership there with Mike's Kids and the effort that they take. And a lot of the contributions to that come through contributions by our teachers. A lot of our folks have payroll deduction taken out to contribute to Mike's Kids for that purpose. So we appreciate everyone's involvement. We encourage you to give to Mike's Kids Foundation. So thank you very much. Let's have one more round of applause for those folks. We have one more employee recognition. Would you like to step out and present that? Okay. Each year, the Kentucky Migrant Education Program's Fall Academy, the organization names the Advocate of the Year. The 2023 Advocate of the Year is Madison County Schools' Liliana Sanchez. Lily received the award at the Fall Academy, and this is a portion, I'd like to read a portion of the letter, the nomination letter that was written on Lily's behalf. It says, "The rare reality of working in the migrant program is that all staff becomes family. For our Advocate of the Year, this sense of family extends to the migrant students and the families that she serves. Our nominee has worked in migrant education for 16 years and is a staunch advocate for migrant students and families, striving to meet not only their collective needs, but also recognizing their unique individual needs. The nominee makes her cell phone available to school principals, office staff, teachers, parents, and even bus drivers to ensure that she is readily accessible in the event that one of her students has a need. She plays a vital role in summer school. Her organizational skills, good parent and student rapport, working closely with summer school teachers, and schedule flexibility ensure high enrollment and successful summer schools each year. Her priority is that each migrant child receives the same education and opportunities as non-migrant children. She is a role model to her students, not only by encouraging them to further their education, but by leading them by example. Most of all, she is always ready to help them meet their basic needs, their educational needs, and always willing to pray for them. I find her to be one of the most compassionate, committed, hardworking, and driven advocates in our state. Although born in Panama, her heart belongs to the Madison County Migrant Education Program. Congratulations, Liliana Sanchez. Thank you, Lily. And I know there's a lot of educators in the room, and when their careers are finished, if folks could say just a part of what they've said about you, that would be, you feel very fulfilled. So, thank you.
Okay, well, we'll move on now to number 6 on our agenda. Did anyone apply to speak? Okay. Then we'll move on. Next is our consent agenda. These are items that appear regularly on our agenda, and the board members have been presented them and have had the time to study and look over them. On this consent agenda tonight are the minutes of the November 9th, 2023 regular meeting, the November 27th, 2023 special meeting, and the November 27th special meeting. Claims, the acknowledgement of superintendent's personnel actions, the acknowledgement of the leaves of absence, to declare technology surplus, the following out-of-state field trips, the Madison Middle School and Madison Central High School trip for the Hood Club to Cincinnati, Ohio on January 12th, 2024, the Madison Central High School dance team trip to Orlando, Florida on January 31st through February the 5th, 2024, the Madison Central High School cheer team trip to Orlando, Florida on February the 7th, 2024 through February the 12th, 2024. 4 shortened school day applications, the acknowledgement of the receipt and delivery of detailed analysis of application for the LaFontaine Charter School, and to accept the KETS offer of assistance. Are there any questions on any of these items that we need to pull out and address? If not, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Cobb. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burford. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Next is item 8A, our instruction report. And tonight, we have James Ray, our Chief Academic Officer.
So I'm going to be filling in for Ms. Lakes. She's tending to a family matter, and so I'll be doing the CDIP overview for you all. And that Comprehensive District Improvement Plan, that goes from January to December of the 2024 year. It's a little different than our traditional school year, we think, because we have to get the data in to make plans and goals for the following year. So that's what we're looking at. As you look below on the sheet that you were given, all those things on that front page we talked about last time. We went through those different components when we went over the KSA scores. The only one that we didn't was the achievement gap, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. As we talk about those, Mr. Case and myself, we know the growth that we had last year and the increase in achievement, and we're above state average. That's not good enough. We want to continue to do better, and that's what this allows us to do. See where we're at, see where we want to grow, put something in writing, and hold ourselves accountable to make those gains the way I want to. The achievement gap area allows us to focus on a specific subgroup. For this next school year, we're going to be focused on students with disabilities and making sure we do everything we can to meet the needs of those students and do everything we can possible. The other thing I'd like to note on that front page is post-secondary readiness and graduation rate. Those are only ones that are accountable to high school only. Everything else is all the different levels, elementary, middle, and high school. As far as activities that we'll be doing this next school year to help support these things, continue with our PLC efforts, MDC, MTSS. High schools continue to look at different dual credit options, AP options, our new Ignite centers and things that they're doing. And then, of course, last time we shared some of the things that we're doing at the district level, going in, visiting, and helping principals talk through things, giving them some different ideas to try and help them be successful and really impact student achievement. So this will be put up on the school web or the district website to be able to be seen. We don't care to come in and do a work session at some point if you all would like for us to do that. Does anybody have any questions?
Appreciate all your time on this.
Absolutely. Well, it's Ms. Lakes, and this is, like I said, a very short overview. I think I went back and watched last year to see some different things. It's over 20 pages, so there's a lot of time going in compiling each one of the schools do these and kind of go through that. And it's a way for them to hold themselves accountable, something for their site bases to look at and set up for the future. Next, I'd like to invite Ms. Abby Brown up, one of our district math coaches, who will provide an update on our MDC work.
Good evening. Thank you for having us. Math Design Collaborative, I'm very proud of it. I was on the first team here in Madison County in the elementary school, and I feel that it has changed not only my teaching, but also the confidence that I had in myself in my teaching practices and in the real world. So this, do I press the button? So currently we have 9 schools involved in the work. There's 106 teachers that we are supporting, and that they are impacting 4,549 students across the district. This is our training plan. First year, they have 2-day initial training, a follow-up in the fall, connections are key in the spring, and then by every other month, we have building implementation team meetings that we give professional development there. Year 2, the trainings go into persevering and problem solving in the fall, building capacity in the spring, and they also get the BIT PDs every other month. And then year 3, they get other professional development as requested, as well as they will also attend the BIT PDs every other month. The supports that they get, in year 1, they get student-centered cycles coaching, and then monthly coaching after their walkthrough. Year 2 will also get student-centered cycles as requested, collaborative events, and monthly coaching. And in year 3, they get as much support as they request, as well as they work with their team to do a video analysis of their own teaching practices. Each year 1 teacher gets a monthly walkthrough with a coaching session and an Otis walkthrough 3 times a year, as well as year 2. Year 3 is when they start doing every other month coaching analysis with their peer teachers and a coach. They also get they get Otis 3 times a year. That continues for year 4. And in year 5, they get a video submission with feedback from a coach, but their data is not submitted into the school data. So I have a few teachers that I'm so proud of. So I want to read some of the things that they said. One of them is not on here. The first one is Taylor Nix, who's a 4th grade teacher. Throughout the last few years of receiving MDC coaching, I have made a complete shift in the way I teach my students. Not only have I been impacted positively, but my students have been impacted positively as well. MDC coaching has helped me to build critical thinkers and problem solvers in my classroom. MDC coaching has given me tools to provide opportunities for my students to create their own path to success, be open to sharing their ideas, and willing to try new things. It has truly empowered my students to take ownership of their learning. The second one is, she's in year 3, so she's been in the work for 3 years. This next one is a brand new special ed teacher, and so she's year 1. MDC, this is Kelly Stevens' words, sorry. MDC has helped my students gain confidence. MDC teaching strategies encourage students to share what they notice or think and explain. It has taught them that there can often be multiple explanations or strategies for solving a problem, and not to assume they are wrong simply because they solved it differently. I see a difference in my students in the general education classroom as well, as they are more willing to raise their hands and share their thinking with classmates. And then I have another one that she just sent to me this evening, so I didn't add it to the PowerPoint. This is a special education teacher as well. She is year 3 in the work, year 3. Allison Harrison. She says, I am a special educator, and I'm going to read it like in the tone because I think that's important. So, I am a special education teacher in year 3 of MDC. When I became part of the MDC team, I remember leaning to one of my colleagues to ask, what does MDC stand for? She politely responded, and I think it took me a few more meetings to really grasp what Math Design Collaborative meant. I sat through meetings listening and listening. To be honest, during my first full year, I remained a skeptic. As a special education teacher, I couldn't see how MDC was going to work in my classroom or how it was going to change my instruction. So the first months, I went through the motions, pulled out the parts I thought would work in my classroom with my students. Each time I met with our building coach, whether it was following an observation, a PD, or just a quick question, I learned more about my teaching and about my students. I began to implement MDC more and more and began to see a difference. My students were using consistent strategies and making connections. Last year, year 2, was easier because I had more of an idea of what my instruction would look like in the direction I wanted to go, and how I wanted to move my students. One of our team's goals was to allow students to experience productive struggle. Wow, I'm teaching students who already struggle, and I'm supposed to let them struggle? Isn't my job to help them? I watched my team teach and had coaching sessions and just wasn't sure that this would happen. It did. It was hard not to rescue my student at the moment, but she persevered. She struggled and persevered and learned through it. In that moment, I persevered also. It was eye-opening, and I learned that guiding my students, asking them high-level questions, and allowing them to struggle through their learning is okay. I also have another one from an MDC teacher. She started the year and she said, math is I hate teaching math. The kids hate it, I hate it, it's the worst part of my day. After a cycle, she said, I could teach math all day. She loved it. She's like, I start my day and it's my favorite part of the day. So I'm very, I love the impact that it has to allow the coaches to impact and build the teacher's capacity as well as building the capacity of our students. So thank you for having me. Or any questions?
Great job. I love math, and I really love what you guys are doing.
I don't love math, but so I'm.
Oh my gosh, I'm not a math person. And like, when my parents, when I said I'm a math coach, they were like, no, you're not.
Well, I'm thrilled that you all are going in and helping the teachers help the students to love math.
And it's just, I think that is such a beneficial part because you know, like you can't teach someone to tie your shoe because you know how to do it so quickly. Right. So it's hard to kind of get back onto the level so that students can learn conceptually. So that's been like super fun for me as well.
Thank you all very much for what you do.
For the presentation on the district's MDC work, I would ask the following to stand and be recognized: Shasta Hensley and Victoria Sullivan from KDE, Kay Dixon, Sarah Schaefer, and Sandy Kaplan from Southeast South Central Co-op. We appreciate your support of our MDC journey over the last 8 years. Thank you all. Stand up, come on. Now, joining virtually, we'd like to welcome Dr. Kathleen Ryan Jackson, Implementation Specialist with the National Implementation Research Network for the Frank Porter Graham Child Development Institute at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for having me here on such a special night. I'm here on behalf of the State Implementation and Scaling Up of Evidence-Based Practices Center at the National Implementation Research Network. And we really want to honor Madison County School District and your schools who participated in Kentucky's Transformation Zone from 2015 to 2019 with a Certificate of Achievement. We really want you to understand how important your focus and persistence was to effectively support teachers of mathematics. And that support resulted in statistically significant improvement in your students' mathematics outcomes. We want to really stress that we so believe it is teachers that improve their students' outcomes. And it is your steadfast commitment to provide the supports that your teachers identify as critical, like instructional coaches that you just heard from, because this results in a collective commitment by teachers to continuously improve their students. So if you want to learn more about this study, there will be a link to the brief that describes the work of Kentucky's Transformation Zone in the board minutes. So the brief will describe all of the results from the study, but most importantly, how it takes teamwork from the state to the region to the district, and then in the classroom where that magic happens that we heard about this evening. It's because of this teamwork and your efforts, just described by your coach this evening, and the teachers' testimonials, that this work continues to spread across Kentucky's districts to this day. So Madison County School District, we want you to know you serve as a national model that demonstrates a focus on effective implementation methods matter. Thank you for having me here this evening. It has been my pleasure to serve you over the past so many years since 2014. Have a lovely holiday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a privilege to be here tonight. Dr. Gillum and I have had a chance to work together as fellow superintendents. I'm Kay Dixon, and I'm the executive director at Southeast South Central. I was retired for about 90 days. And tonight reminded me of the reason that I went back to work, to see the students perform and to see the recognition of your teachers. I love that. That's where my heart's at. So at Southeast South Central, we have the privilege of being able to work here in Madison County. I think in November we looked today, we've actually spent 56 hours here working with teachers, and we love the coaching mechanism. We believe every teacher deserves a coach. And we, at Southeast South Central, we talk all the time about our best athletes and how they never quit learning. In the summer, they're going to summer camps, and they're always trying to get better. And that is what we try to do at Southeast South Central, is to empower and elevate what is going on in your school districts and continue to provide coaching. And you have a wonderful model here, and we're very fortunate to be able to work with you and very appreciative. So come down to London sometimes and see us at our office anytime you're in the area. I'm originally from Knox County, and this is my 37th year in public education, and I am so proud to be a public educator, and we want to continue to promote the great work that's going on in our region, like we saw you do here tonight. So thank you for having us, and I'm going to let Sarah, I believe, and Sandy come up, and they do a great job, by the way. I know you know both of these ladies. They're kind of transplants of Southeast South Central, and we're very glad to have them to grow the work that you started here in Madison County, and we're very appreciative of that. So thank you again.
They know we believe in the work because we've continued the work and spread that knowledge to other school districts working through Southeast South Central. So we have a certificate to recognize Madison Middle and Kirksville Elementary because they were the first practitioners in this work getting us started. So thank you. Miss Gallion, we appreciate it.
We had ugly Christmas dinner, but my sweater's not ugly.
No, it's beautiful. It's the panther.
She's got the yellow pants.
That's Madison Middle's. And Mr. Ray is going to collect Kirksville Elementary's.
We're having hot chocolate night over at Kirksville, so if we get done, get over there, get some hot chocolate, so it's reading next little bit. Yeah.
And then Dr. Gillum, if you would like to accept for Madison County Schools. We have this for you.
And this is from Kathleen Wright Jackson, and this is in our team. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you all.
We're extremely proud of the work that's happening in our math classrooms and with our math lab room. Next, we're going to move on to item 8B, our construction report. And first, we have Jonathan Smith with Branscombe Construction to be updating us on our new Madison Middle School project.
Good evening. I want to welcome Chris Hudgens, our senior superintendent. Of course, if you've been to the site, you've seen Chris. He's over there every day, and he's actually staying in Richmond tonight because we've got a big slab pour in the morning early, so he's staying up here, so I drug him out to the board meeting tonight. So any questions you've got for him, he's here tonight. Just want to give you kind of an update of what's going on over at Madison Middle School, kind of show you a few updated pictures. This is looking at the front of the gym area. As you can see, steel has been going up over there in the last several weeks. All the bar joists and some of the exterior steel's going up there at the gym area. This is looking at the side of the gym. This is in Area A. You can see the rock down there. That's what's going to be poured in the morning. Area A slab will be poured in the morning. And that will, once Area A is poured in the morning, all the slabs will be poured except for the kitchen slab. That rough end, of course, there's a lot of plumbing in the kitchen area. That rough end is going to be going on. Hopefully another week or so, we'll be ready to pour that kitchen area slab. But this will have all the main areas of slab poured once this is poured in the morning. This is Area C. This is looking back towards the gym. You can see a lot of that steel beyond the gym is starting to go up, starting to take shape there around the gym area. This is, if you look over to the left there, you see that's Area D. That's one of the classroom wings. You can see it starting to take shape, what it's going to look like. The steel there laying in front of that, that's for Area B. That will be the next area that will start steel. Hopefully about the 1st of January, that steel will start going up in the air. This is Area A in the front of the building. This picture was taken a few days ago. Of course, all that area has been prepped now. That's the area that the slab will be poured in the morning, starting first thing in the morning. This is Area D on the back side of that classroom. You can see the corridor there. You can see that steel beam there on each side. That's where that precast will sit to make your mechanical mezzanine down those corridors. So that area is taking shape. That masonry is going up. It's starting to get up to where we'll be ready to start setting steel in that area. This is the Area C classroom. You can see the door frame sitting there. A lot of the door frames are going in as masonry is going up. You can see the window and door openings there starting to take shape. That area of the block work is coming along. They're working all the way around the building, bringing those area classrooms up as we work our way around. This is standing in Area C looking. You can see the door frame in the far end of the picture. That's looking back towards Area E, which is the storm shelter wing. You can see all that masonry is coming up at the same time, but that's that corridor looking down towards the storm shelter of Area E. In this last picture, you can see, if you've been out and seen a lot of trucks, we're still taking a lot of that fill out. There's a lot of rock, a lot of dirt's got to come out of there. Every day that it's dry, they've been hauling fill. So a lot of that's coming out that's starting to take shape around the athletic fields. And you can see there's still quite a bit of that fill's got to come out. So every dry day we've got, they've been hauling fill out there, trying to get that out there. So site's taking shape. The building itself is taking shape. I mean, we've had some rain, some weather, but we're working through that. And as we said before, you know, we picked up some time early on, so we knew we would get to a point in the winter, it's going to rain, it's going to get cold, but schedule's still holding pretty good and work's continuing. So everything's looking good over there. If you've not been out, just stop by, see Chris. He'll take you on a tour of the site and let you look. Any questions anybody has?
Looks great.
It's exciting.
That's good.
All right, thank you all.
Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Next, we have Mr. Tony Thomas of Klopp-Feltner-Samcar to present our other construction report, or an overview of our construction.
Good evening. I'll start by recognizing Merch Insu in the back. He's representing Trace Creek tonight. He's worked on the Phillips building, the Phase 1, and the demolition, and some of Phase 2, and also the former tech center that's going on right now. Good progress on that. And with that said, I'll start with the Phillips building renovation. So, of course, project bid, you all awarded it. Earth moving equipment is on site. You can see there they've begun work where the band lot will be. You can see the Phillips building in the background there. A little bit different angle in that same area. You can see Madison Central in the area. Daniel Boone would be just to your left. So starting some earthwork there. This is in the courtyard that you don't see of the Phillips building. You can't see it from the road, that is. Just a little bit of demolition going on. So work has just really started. Got some topsoil piling up where the old, the current band lot is. So that project just really getting started, just to the point where we can take a few pictures and get through it. I guess any questions on the Phillips building? It's getting ready to really hit the ground running. Madison Mill is, John went over, and if buckle in if Chris takes you on the ride, because it's bumpy around that site. And he'll go fast, but that's okay. You might want to get Tom. No, I say that I've worked with Chris for years now, so he's done a good job with site management, and he's also a good site referee when he needs to be. So, and that happens on job sites. So here's a picture from Goggins Lane as you're going towards the facility. You can see they've done some road work, and that's there at the boulevard entry. Just a shot. Of course, this is outside of the your all's property, but that's going to be a nice bus lane going up through there, or car lane, pickup. Some of these are kind of repetitive of what Jonathan showed, but yeah, that's the entry facing Goggins Lane. If you can remember the rendering, that's just going around to the side of it, showing the same thing. I was really surprised how fast some of this steel has gone up. And of course, the classroom wing that faces towards the front, all the way up to steel bearing. This is last month, I think I showed a shot from the gym looking into the stage. This is the platforms now poured, so this is looking back out towards Goggin Lane into the gymnasium. So a lot of progress there. And also, as I mentioned, on the back 40, there's still a lot of earth moving in and out. You can see piles of dirt, piles of rock, but a lot of the subgrade is in place and ready. It's just really a matter of maintaining weather and getting some of that earth out of the way. Like you said, there's a lot of it going off-site. And as he also mentioned, a large area ready for concrete to pour, and they're really ahead of schedule on concrete, so that's a good thing. I believe that's, oh, I'm sorry, no, we did have, last month I showed you the brick, and I'm not sure who all went by and saw it, but as far as I can tell, everybody's okay, and this is just another shot of the rendering that I showed last month, and if we, a zoom-in shot of it, those bricks, this is out from Goggins Lane. And I wanted to just bring this back up and zoom in on, because I know you all, the board did mention last time these areas that I have in the circle is light brick versus dark brick, and I think we went and revisited that. And there it is without the circles around it, kind of a comparison. And it's my understanding that maybe the light brick won. So the rendering now looks like this with it pulled out close. And it looks great. I mean, so we're giving the brick decisions first thing in the morning. And this is just another shot of the rendering going around the building, some of these decisions. And this is back out to Goggins Lane. And that's it for the Madison Middle. Any questions on Madison Middle? If not, we'll go to the former tech, and it's easy to say that this is in the very dirty phase of construction right now. This is the old auto tech lab where they're tearing up the concrete, and this will be, we had to tear up all that concrete because there's so much plumbing and infrastructure underground that it just had to get it out. They would saw it all to pieces anyway. So this is where the kitchen's going. And again, it's kind of messy inside there. And this is where the cafeteria is. The hole that they've put in the wall there is between what was the old machine shop and the welding lab. That's where the cafeteria tables will sit, and you all will have some. They've still got another hole to put in there, but they'll be like the garage doors in restaurants that you can open up and have even wider space. That's just a close-up shot of it. And throughout the rest of the building where the classrooms are, you can see they're starting to clean it up, putting in the clean ductwork, and there's still a lot of dust in the building, but a lot of the demolition is done. This is the office area. This is where the offices were. That's now going to be resource areas. And again, you can see new ductwork in, so progress there. Merch is there every day, just pushing them along, and progress has been really good. Any questions on the former tech center? Just a reminder on the Madison Kindergarten Academy is it'll go out to bid. You approve the plans, it will go out to bid at the beginning of the month, and somewhere late in the month, we'll come back and show you the bid results. And that's it for the construction report.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is item 8C, our monthly financial reports with Mark Woods, our CFO.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, we'll get started here with our bank reconciliation. As of November 30th, the district ended with a reconciled balance of $136,792,395.06. You can see there's the comparison from this time last year. We talk about this every month. We still have our bond money. You see these projects are really starting to roll, so we'll start spending the bond money a lot faster here on out. So you'll start seeing those balances shrink as compared to the prior year, because we bond that out, we get the money in, and then, of course, we spend it on the projects as we go. So you'll start seeing that shrink over the next little bit. You've seen how much progress they've been making. So expect that to start, that gap to start shrinking there. Of the reconciled balance, the district has $65,242,998.28 in investments. The rates on those range from 4.5% to 5.25%. I started working today to invest some of our tax check that came in. As you know, a big lump of that comes in. It comes in in big chunks, so what we do is we invest that and have it mature to meet our cash flow needs as we need to spend it out. So that way we earn a little bit of investment money during the time. So I've been working on that today. I'll have more numbers for you next month on those. In addition, you received your balance sheet and the revenue expense report for November 30th. I've been through it. We're tracking where we should be at this time. All of our expenditures, our revenues that we've been looking at, they seem to be tracking well where we should be. I'm starting to prepare for a draft budget, so I'm really getting in depth with all those numbers and looking at those, because we'll be talking about a draft budget next month.
That goes by quick, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Very quick. We just did it. Just gotta do that. Does anybody have any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to approve the monthly financial reports as presented.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Rutherford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is item 9B, to approve the revised BG1 for the former Kentucky Tech HVAC renovation. Do you want to speak to that?
I'll be glad to. The BG1 is the initial form that we send to the Kentucky Department of Education on all our construction projects, and as we get, it begins as an estimate, and as we move through the process, as we get realistic numbers, then we have to replace those. So in this case, we have now bid the former Kentucky Tech HVAC renovation, and so we have to update those numbers. And that's the same thing if you look on down to the next item, which is 9C, and that's the Phillips renovation and site improvements, Phase 1 and 2. So these are just to update with actual numbers.
Any questions? If If not, then if I can get a motion to approve the revised BG1 for the former Kentucky Tech HVAC renovation as presented.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Cobb. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burford. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Next is item 9C to approve the revised BG1 Phillips Building renovation and site improvement Phase 1 and 2. This is what Dr. Gillum just spoke about. Does anybody have any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to approve the revised BG1 Phillips Building renovation and site improvements Phase 1 and 2 is presented.
I'll make the motion.
So moved by Ms. Burford. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 9D, to approve change order number 01-03, Phillips Building renovation, Phase 1. This is for a credit amount of $2,450. Does anybody have any questions? If not, then if I can get a motion to approve change order number 01-03, Phillips Building renovation, Phase 1, for the credit amount of $2,450 as presented.
So move.
So moved by Mr. Rutherford. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Cobb. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 9E, to award the bid for Phillips Building renovation, Project Phase 2, special inspections. Anybody have any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to award the bid for the Phillips Building renovation project Phase 2, special inspections to Solid Ground for $47,100.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Coyle. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burford. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 9F, to approve emergency teacher certification. And I believe this is for a science teacher at Cottle. Any questions? If not, if I can get a motion then to approve an emergency teacher certification for a science teacher at B. Michael Cottle Middle School.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Cobb. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Rutherford. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 9G, to hear and discuss the 2024-2025 school calendar recommendations. And here tonight, we have Mr. Mike Reister, our Director of Maintenance.
Yes, good evening. There are three options if you've had a chance to look over those, and Mr. Neely will send those out for a vote on Monday. A lot of them, there's several different as far as the break goes, but a lot of it's tied in there where you can move stuff around as far as PD days and stuff. So the calendar committee has looked at those, and these are the three drafts that decided to send out, and then people will get to choose and vote on those, and then Mr. Neely will get that back to you if you all approve those three options, if you have any questions.
So does anybody have any questions? Had the opportunity to look at these? Okay. Then I guess we'll just move forward with that. And then Mr. Neely will bring back what the vote is, and we
Yep,
can.
he'll bring
we
that
can
back to
discuss
you
it then.
and get your approval on that one, yes. But
So-
it should go out probably Monday or Tuesday next week to everyone.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. That sounds great.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Next on the agenda is item 9H, to approve the CDWG purchase for Madison Southern High School. This is about Chromebooks, and because of the amount, this needed to come to the board. It's to be paid with KETS disbursement, which is matched with the school activity fund. Does anybody have any questions? If not, then if I can get a motion to approve the CDWG purchase of 120 Chromebooks and one charging cart for Madison Southern High School in the amount of $31,953 to be paid for with KETS disbursement matched and the school's district activity funds.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Coyle. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burford. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 9I, to set the January meeting date. We do this routinely because we haven't voted on the full calendar. If I can get a motion then to set the first meeting of the 2024 as January the 11th.
So moved.
Sorry.
So moved by Ms. Rutherford, we'll say second by Ms. Cobb. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next is item 9J, to request approval by KBE to acquire property. Do you want to discuss this a little bit?
I will be glad. So this is as part of the regulation regarding property purchase, as we choose site selection for a new school or new property for the district. There's certain parameters that those have to meet. And with that, if the total acquisition and site development costs, so that's talking about moving all utilities and everything to the site, as well as groundwork, if that exceeds 10% of the cost of the project that is in our district facility plan, then we require a Kentucky Board of Education approval. It's essentially a routine piece. I don't anticipate any issues through Kentucky Board of Education, but that's just my anticipation. Typically, what we have right now is all of the numbers are on the district facility plan are actually low. Actual construction costs exceed those. It's always been like that. It's really like that now with the increase in construction costs we've seen the last year or two. So that number that's out there that it says that's on our district facility plan for a new facility is low, so 10% of that is really low. I don't believe in reality this will exceed 10% of the actual cost, but because of the regulation, we have to go before the Kentucky Board of Education, and that will go before, I believe that's going to be on their, we anticipate that to be on the February agenda, so February the 7th. Once that moves forward, we should be able, the board should be able to purchase property if they so desire. Any questions on that process? Okay, thank you.
If not, then I need to get a motion to request approval by the Kentucky Board of Education to acquire property for the new elementary school for which the acquisition and site preparation costs exceed 10% of the maximum budget for the project.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Cobb. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is item 9K, to approve Oracle Elevator PO. This is to approve a purchase order in the amount of $74,800 to repair the elevator at Madison Central. Does anybody have any questions? If not, then if I can get a motion to approve the purchase order to Oracle Elevator in the amount of $74,800 for the elevator repair at Madison Central High School.
So moved.
So moved by Mr. Rutherford, second by Ms. Coyle. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have our superintendent's report from Dr. Gillum.
All right. Excuse me. Well, we are winding down our first semester and things are going well. We've heard a lot over the past few years about student attendance, and certainly that's had an impact on everyone. Attendance has had an impact on everyone in every industry. With students and teachers and employees in schools and employees everywhere. But I am pleased to announce that we've ran our first semester attendance numbers. We are up 1% from previous year. So so we are trending in the right direction. We're not back to where we once were, but we are headed that way. And we're going to continue to work hard to try to keep those attendance numbers improving, because kids have to be in school to learn. So we're going to do everything we can. I also want to congratulate Kingston Elementary and Madison Middle School. They've been endorsed as Purple Star schools. The Purple Star is a program that supports military-connected students as they relocate to new schools due to a parent's change in duty station. I see Mr. Hatfield here. He's been very instrumental in working with that. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your work on that, because that's a great service to our kids. And it bleeds over. It's not just to our military families. Once you put some of these things in place, that it's really kind of wraparound services, because you got new kids coming in and just kind of realizing the impact that a transition has on a child. Once you learn that from military families, you learn some of those pieces, it can be extended to all of our families, because if a child changes schools, it's impactful. Also, on November 14th, we did host the Leadership Madison County group in our district for Education Day. A few of you guys got to speak with that group. I got to speak with them as well. We had some other district folks. That's a great program. It's sponsored by our Chamber of Commerce, and we're pleased to host that Education Day. On November 15th, I did attend the Superintendent's Advisory Council meeting with the Kentucky Department of Education in Frankfort. And on the next day, November 16th, participating in a KEDC event with their state legislators in Lexington. I met with our Superintendent Teen Task Force on November 17th at Ignite South, and then our Teacher Advisory Council earlier in the week. I attended the Berea Industrial Luncheon and the State of County Address at EKU, the Berea Chamber of Commerce Awards Banquet, and on December 4th and 5th, I attended the KSS State Conference in Louisville. And then earlier today, I got the opportunity to speak to our Madison County Realtors Association. So appreciate those folks for inviting me out. It's good to see all of them realizing the impact that schools have on our real estate market and real estate pieces within our county, within our neighborhoods. So all of that, I did say we had a good first half of the school year. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving break, and I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and that's my superintendent report.
Thank you. Any comments from the board? If not, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Cobb. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burford. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. We're adjourned.